If you're over 70, you need to know about these 8 rare abilities. Reaching 70 isn't uncommon. Millions of people reach 70, but reaching 70 and still being able to do the 8 things I'm about to mention today, that is rare. Extraordinarily rare, because most people at that age have already lost at least 3 of these abilities without even realizing it. They lost them gradually, year after year, until one day they simply couldn't do something they used to do without thinking. And if you're between 70 and 80 years old and you can do all or almost all of the things on this list, you need to know something. Your body is doing something that most bodies your age can no longer do. Not by luck, not because of something in your genetics, though that plays a role, but because of something in your habits, in your attitude, or in a combination of the 3 that has kept you functioning at a level that science considers exceptional. A study published in The Lancet Healthy Longevity in 2024 confirmed that intrinsic functional capacity, the combination of all your physical and mental abilities, predicts your risk of disability and mortality directly, not your age, your functional capacity. There are people who are 75 that function like people who are 60, and there are people who are 65 that function like people who are 85. Age is just a number. Your function is your reality. I'm Dr. Alan Mandell, a physician with over 15 years of experience in older adult health. Before we continue, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I want to ask you something special today. As you listen to each point, count how many you can do. At the end, write your number in the comments. I want to celebrate with you. Do it now and let's continue. Thing number 1, you can stand up from a chair without using your hands. This sounds simple, but try it right now. Sit in a firm chair, cross your arms over your chest, and stand up without using your hands. Don't lean on the armrests. Don't push off with anything. If you could do it, you just passed one of the most important functional tests that exists in geriatric medicine. The sit-to-stand test without support evaluates the strength of your quadriceps, the balance of your trunk, the stability of your knees, and the neuromuscular coordination of your entire lower body. After 70, most people need at least one hand to help them stand up. Many need both hands, and some cannot stand without someone assisting them. The reason is sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass that accelerates after 60. By age 80, you may have lost between 30 and 50% of your muscle mass compared to age 30. A classic study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that the ability to stand and sit on the floor without support predicts mortality. People who couldn't do it had a significantly higher risk of dying in the following 6 years compared to those who could. If you can stand up from a chair without your hands at 75, your muscles are doing something that most people your age no longer achieve. You're a rare gem, and I want you to understand why this test matters so much. Because this isn't about exercising in a gym. This is about your daily life. Standing up from the dining room chair, standing up from the toilet, standing up from bed, getting out of a car. Every single one of these movements requires exactly the same mechanics. Quadriceps strength, trunk stability, neuromuscular coordination. If you can't do it without your hands, each of those everyday moments becomes a challenge, and when challenges accumulate, independence erodes. I've seen patients stop going to restaurants because they couldn't stand from low chairs. I've seen patients stop visiting their grandchildren because they couldn't get out of the car. I've seen patients stop using the bathroom independently because they couldn't stand up from the toilet, not because of serious illness, but because of the silent loss of strength they needed for a movement we do 50 times a day without thinking. Thing number 2, you can climb 1 flight of stairs without stopping to rest 1 flight, not 10, 1 flight. That's about 12 to 15 steps from bottom to top without stopping, without gripping the handrail to pull yourself up, without finding yourself halfway up breathless. This ability evaluates 3 systems simultaneously. Your cardiovascular system, which needs to pump blood with enough force to feed your muscles during exertion. Your respiratory system, which needs to deliver enough oxygen to meet the demand. And your musculoskeletal system, which needs to have the strength and endurance to lift your body weight against gravity. After 70, maximum aerobic capacity, what doctors call VO2 max, has declined between 30 and 40% compared to age 30. Your lungs have lost elasticity. Your heart pumps less blood per beat, and the muscles in your legs consume more oxygen for the same effort because they're less efficient. A study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that the ability to climb stairs is an independent predictor of cardiovascular events and mortality. People who couldn't climb one flight of stairs without stopping had a significantly higher risk of heart attack and premature death. If at 75 you can climb one flight without stopping and arrive at the top able to speak without gasping, your heart, your lungs, and your legs are functioning at a level that most people your generation have already lost. Give this video a thumbs up if you could climb stairs today without any problem. Thing number 3, you can bend down to pick something up and stand back up without help. You dropped a coin, a sock, your keys. You bend down, pick it up, and stand without grabbing the table. Without sitting in a chair first, without asking someone to hand it to you. This movement seems trivial. It's not. It requires flexibility in your hips and knees, strength in your quadriceps and glutes to stand back up, balance so you don't fall while you're bent down, and neuromuscular coordination to execute the entire sequence smoothly. After 70, hip flexibility decreases significantly. Your knees lose range of motion due to arthritis, your stabilizer muscles weaken, and your vestibular system, the system that controls your balance, loses precision. The result, many people over 75 simply don't bend down. They avoid the movement entirely, not necessarily because it hurts, though sometimes it does, but because their body lost the confidence that it could complete the sequence without falling. And here's a fact I think is fundamental. Falls are the leading cause of fatal injuries in adults over 65. And many of those falls occur during everyday movements, bending down, turning, standing up, not during dangerous activities, but during daily life. If you can bend down and stand back up without help at 75, your body still trusts itself. That's more valuable than you imagine. Thing number 4, you can walk 30 minutes continuously without needing to sit down. Not a brisk walk, not a run, a walk at your own pace, continuous for 30 minutes without needing to find a bench, without your legs screaming at you to stop, without lack of air forcing you to rest. 30 minutes of continuous walking requires that your heart maintain an elevated cardiac output for half an hour, that your lungs exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide efficiently, that your blood vessels carry blood to your muscles sustainably, that your joints absorb the repetitive impact of every step, and that your nervous system maintains balance and coordination for hundreds of consecutive steps. The World Health Organization recommends at least 150 minutes of moderate activity per week for older adults, but the reality is that fewer than 30% of people over 70 meet that recommendation. Most move far less than they need to. If you can leave your house, walk 30 minutes, and return without sitting down even once, your cardiovascular endurance is in the zone that researchers associate with greater longevity and functional independence. Write in the comments how many minutes you can walk without stopping. I want to see the numbers. Thing number 5, you can remember what you had for breakfast yesterday and what you did last week. I'm not talking about remembering every detail. I'm talking about being able to reconstruct the general sequence. Yesterday, I had eggs with coffee. Last week, I went to the doctor on Tuesday and cooked for my grandchildren on Thursday. This ability is called episodic memory. It's your brain's ability to store and retrieve specific events located in time. And it's one of the first cognitive functions to deteriorate with age and one of the first lost in the early stages of dementia. After 70, it's normal to occasionally forget names. It's normal to walk into a room and forget why you went there. It's normal not to remember where you left your keys. That's normal cognitive aging. But if you can reconstruct yesterday with reasonable precision, and if you can place events from last week on the correct day, your hippocampus, the brain structure responsible for forming new memories, is functioning at a level that many people your age have already lost. A study from Brigham and Women's Hospital affiliated with Harvard demonstrated that episodic memory is one of the strongest predictors of functional independence in older adults. People who maintain good episodic memory, maintain their ability to manage their finances, take their medications correctly, navigate their environment, and make informed decisions about their own health. If your short-term memory is still working at 75, your brain is a rare gem. Thing number 6, you can sleep for 6 or more hours without waking more than once. Sleeping straight through becomes increasingly difficult with age. Melatonin production decreases, nighttime vasopressin production drops, which increases the urge to urinate. Deep sleep is reduced by up to 50% after 60, and sleep architecture becomes fragmented with more awakenings and less time in restorative phases. At 75, most people wake up 2, 3, even 4 times per night, and many accept this as inevitable. But if you can sleep 6 hours or more with only one awakening or none, your nervous system, your hormonal production, your fluid regulation, and your brain's sleep architecture are functioning at a level that science considers exceptional for your age. And this matters profoundly because sleep isn't a luxury. It's when your brain cleans itself of toxic proteins through the lymphatic system. It's when your muscles repair. It's when your immune system recharges. It's when your heart rests. Every night of continuous sleep is a complete maintenance session. Every fragmented night is an incomplete session. If you sleep well at 75, you're giving your body the repair that most of your peers no longer receive. Give this video a thumbs up if you slept well last night. Thing number 7, you can have a conversation and follow the thread without losing the idea. A normal conversation with your family, with a friend, with your doctor, a conversation where someone says something, you respond, the other person responds, and you can continue the thought without forgetting what you were talking about, without stopping mid-sentence and saying, "What was I telling you?" This ability is called working memory. It's your brain's ability to hold information active while you're using it. It's what allows you to follow the thread of a conversation, do mental arithmetic, plan the steps of a recipe while you're cooking, or remember the beginning of a sentence as you reach the end. Working memory depends on the prefrontal cortex, one of the brain areas most sensitive to aging. After 70, processing speed decreases. The ability to hold multiple pieces of information in your mind at the same time is reduced. And filtering out distractions becomes more difficult. Many people over 75 report that group conversations became exhausting, not because they don't hear, but because processing multiple voices, multiple ideas, multiple conversation turns requires working memory that has weakened. If at 75 you can maintain a fluid conversation without losing the thread, without forgetting your point, without needing to ask what someone just said, your prefrontal cortex is functioning at a level that most people your age would envy. Thing number 8, and this is the most important of all, the one that sums everything up, the one that predicts your future more than any blood test. You can take care of yourself completely without depending on anyone. You can bathe yourself, dress yourself, prepare your food, go to the grocery store, manage your money, take your medications at the right time, leave your house when you want and come back when you want, make decisions about your own life without anyone having to do it for you. This is called functional independence, and it's the most powerful indicator of healthy aging that exists in medical science. The World Health Organization defines healthy aging not as the absence of disease, not as having perfect test results, not as looking young. It defines it as maintaining the functional capacity that allows you to do the things you value, your things, your way, on your own. A study from the Lancet Healthy Longevity with data from more than 35,000 older adults confirmed that intrinsic capacity, the combination of all your physical and mental abilities, is the strongest predictor of future disability and mortality. Stronger than your cholesterol, stronger than your blood pressure, stronger than your glucose. This means that if you're between 70 and 80 and you can take care of yourself without help, you are statistically exceptional. Not because others have failed, because the biology of aging is merciless and you're winning against it. And I need to tell you something that nobody tells you enough. What you've achieved, keeping your body and mind functioning at this level at your age, is not normal. It's extraordinary. It's the result of decades of decisions, some conscious, some unconscious, that built the body you have today. Don't take it for granted, celebrate it. because many people who started the journey with you can no longer do what you do. Let me tell you about Tom. Tom is 78 years old. Every morning he wakes up at 6. He gets out of bed without help. He showers by himself. He prepares his own breakfast, 2 eggs, a piece of fruit, coffee with cinnamon. He walks to the grocery store, 20 minutes there and 20 minutes back. He carries his bags. He climbs the 12 steps at his front door without stopping. He cooks his lunch. He reads the newspaper. He remembers every article he read yesterday. He sleeps 7 hours with just one awakening to use the bathroom. Tom has arthritis in his knees. He has slightly elevated blood pressure, controlled with medication. He wears reading glasses. He's not a superhero. He's a 78-year-old man with the normal aches of his age, but he does all 8 things on this list, all of them. When I told him he was a rare gem, he laughed. "Doctor, I don't do anything special," he said. "I just do what I've always done." And that's exactly the point. Tom doesn't do anything special. He does normal things, but doing them at 78 is no longer normal. It's exceptional. And that difference between normal and exceptional is what defines the quality of your final years. Not how many years you live, but how you live them. Comment Tom if you're over 70 and you still do these things, all 8 of them. Standing up from a chair without your hands, climbing 1 flight of stairs without stopping, bending down to the floor and standing back up without help, walking 30 minutes without sitting, remembering what you did yesterday and last week, sleeping 6 hours with 1 awakening or less, maintaining a conversation without losing the thread, and taking care of yourself without depending on anyone. If you can do 6 or more, you're a rare gem. If you can do all 8, you're exceptional. And if there are some you can no longer do, don't get discouraged. Each of these abilities can be improved with the right habits. Resistance exercise improves the strength to stand and climb stairs. Daily walking improves cardiovascular endurance. Flexibility exercises improve your ability to bend down. Restorative sleep improves memory. Active social engagement maintains working memory. And independence is protected by doing things for yourself every day, even if they take a little more effort than before. Don't stop doing things just because they became a little harder. The day you stop doing them is the day you start losing them. And getting them back is much harder than maintaining them. If you know someone between 70 and 80 who still does these things, send them this video. Tell them they're a rare gem. Tell them what they do isn't normal. It's extraordinary, because nobody has probably told them that, and they need to hear it. Subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. I'm Dr. Alan Mandell. Take care of your body, celebrate what it can do, and take care of the people you love.